Well, the S&P 500 is kind of just a bonus here. The reason we're gathered here with Doug and with a number of other airlines is because you formed a coalition to compete with airlines that you say get unfair subsidies out of the Gulf.
Yeah, we, American, United, and Delta, are working together to ask our government to investigate, to have consultations actually with the governments of the UAE and Qatar about what we presented to them, which is over $40 billion in subsidies that just make the playing field not level. We're happy to compete. We love to compete. It just needs to be on a fair and level playing field, and in this case, it decidedly isn't. That's not good for the United States. It's not good for U.S. jobs, and therefore something we think we should have consultations about.
So every round trip route that American Airlines, and I'm using the, I guess, lowercase American, lose to these Gulf airlines, loses America about 800 jobs, right? How would you turn that around?
Well, today, you know, for example, American Airlines, capital A, would like to fly to India, but given how low the fares are because of these subsidized flights that fly over the Middle East into India, we simply can't do that because they're flying at levels, at fares that we certainly can't be profitable. They aren't either. They get subsidized. So we're already losing jobs. And there are a lot of airplanes coming into these carriers. They have huge aircraft orders. They're going to need to fly them somewhere. So this will just get worse, not better. And again, we'd love to compete with them on a level playing field. We just have to make sure the playing field's level.
So what does victory look like, though, for you? I mean, beyond finding new routes to India, new routes to Asia, here in the U.S., how do you turn this around?
Well, what we've asked for, again, is for the United States to have consultations with the UAE and Qatar. And what we've also asked is, while those talks are going on, to ask that no additional flying be added to the United States from those carriers as we investigate this. To the extent, you know, we find, as they suggest, that there's nothing really amiss here, then everything would be back to where it is now. We don't think that'll be the case by any means. We have some awfully compelling evidence that there are enormous subsidies here, and we think that should be addressed.
So right now, consumers, I'm sure, feel like they benefit from this, right? Because you get a sweet round trip on a Dreamliner for a super low ticket price. In the long term, though, you don't think it's good?
No, it's not good. Again, you know, dumping steel into the United States results in lower steel prices. So in the near term, consumers might look at that and think it's good, but we all know that's bad for the United States. It's bad for jobs. A basic tenet of free trade is that the playing field is level. So in this case, if indeed we don't level this playing field, all that will happen is jobs will flow from the United States to the Gulf, and that's certainly not in the interest of consumers of the United States, and indeed, in the long term, certainly not good for consumers. It doesn't mean we're flying less, and those carriers are flying more, and you will start to see fares go up over time.
All right. Nonetheless, you guys have been doing great. I mean, your stock at least has doubled over the past year, right? You're giving $2 billion back to shareholders.
Right.
You just got in the S&P 500. What does that mean to you?
Well, we should be in the S&P 500. We're the largest airline in the world. We have $40 billion in revenue. We made $4 billion in profit last year. I mean, those are metrics that clearly get us well into the S&P 500. But, you know, this is an airline that was in bankruptcy 15 months ago before the merger between U.S. Airways and American. American was a bankrupt airline. To be in the S&P 500 15 months later, I think shows the strength of the merger, how well our team is doing at putting these two airlines together and producing real profits and real customer value. And so we're happy about it.
You seem to be doing really well with labor relations as well, which obviously labor is a huge cost for you. The other big cost is oil,
right,
which, as luck would have it, is also going pretty well. You don't hedge. Would you think about starting to hedge at these levels in case you see another upswing?
Yeah. We've done really well by not hedging since 2008, you know, at U.S. Airways and now into American. And that's served us well. We continue to look at it, but the fact of the matter is, in general, the cost of hedging far outweighs the benefits. It's expensive to do. You have to go out on the curve. You need to pay a premium, so we haven't done anything to date. We'll continue to look at it, but we're happy where we are today without any derivative position.
All right, Doug, thanks so much. Doug Parker, CEO of American Airlines.